A very good afternoon. Welcome to Blackpool Pleasure Beach once again on the 19th of April 2025, the first late night riding event of the year. The park is open from 10 AM through until 9 PM, and well, we're going to be in for one hell of a busy day today. It's bank holiday Easter, so you've got the Easter bank holiday crowds in, and down by the airport as well there is also a football tournament on, so a lot of them football kids have also appeared on park as well, making it super busy. But we're going to be doing the usual launchpad update because some more changes have happened since the last update, and also a walk around looking at the crowd levels because some of the rides are absolutely rammed today, with being only on the one train, which is a shame to see on such a Easter bank holiday weekend. We do have Big One that's finally back on two, which is good to see, but the majority of other rides, low capacity rides like Big Dipper and Avalanche to name a few, are still on one train, which is a shame to see. So yeah, we're going to start off looking at Launchpad, as I say, and then working our way through the park, looking at certain rides with their queue times and also the length of their queues. So starting off here with Launchpad as per usual. The last update, when I was talking in the video, we did mention how they have put the ride perimeter fence back in and all painted black to match the outer fences here, and they also mentioned how some other work had been taking place with the queue line and other surrounding areas, with also a member of staff painting some safety markings on the ground, which you can see one just there, which is for one of the operators panels which send a signal to the main control box. But yeah, they did also do some testing in the week, which I did also manage to put up during the week just gone. So yeah, they were doing full power tests during the week, right up there and back. Yeah, they looked pretty good, looked very forceful and all that. The only difference I noticed compared to Ice Blast is it seemed to be struggling coming back down from about the halfway mark. But there is obviously time for it to get used to its new settings and all that, with it being hopefully that early May bank holiday opening for Launchpad. And you can also see there on the background as well, since the last one, they've started to put up the new vinyls up on the wall back there, which used to say Ice Blast and stuff like that. So you can kind of make out here the one facing us, how it's like an orangey sort of vinyl with the astronaut on there. I can try and zoom in a bit more. Yeah, you've got the ride's logo up there with an astronaut on there. As for one of the vinyls, I'm not too sure what's on the other two sides yet, but we'll walk around the perimeter to see what they do look like. But yeah, there's going to be no testing today. I'm pretty sure the engineers are, as I say, swamped with the rest of the rides that are open today. Full capacity on some, with a park being extremely busy as it is. But yeah, Launchpad today going to be staying silent today, no testing or anything, and probably no work happening on such a busy Easter bank holiday. But I would imagine come Tuesday they will be back again doing more little bits of TLC and little bits of minor work to get this back open for May. Right, so looking over here at Launchpad from the Valhalla side, not an awful lot of changes since the last update, with obviously me pointing out the ride perimeter fencing gone back in, and also how the queue line had all gone and been taken away. We still have some of the fences over there still awaited to be painted, and some of the boxes on the ground there that would be storage for like bags and phones, and there were little bits and bobs like that as well. So yeah, they still haven't done anything with the queue line. It must have just been more testing it, getting it used to its new settings and new pressure cylinder and stuff like that. Looking around in the gardens area, we do have some new planters down here, one being there and also another one down here with some new planters. And also the main change this week is we do obviously have the Launchpad logo up there with some sort of text next to it as well. I'm not too sure what it says at the minute, it's covered by scaffolding, but you can just make out the Launchpad logo sitting up there at this current time. And that astronaut one is on that smaller side there, facing towards the ride tower as well. So yeah, not too sure what it says there. Looks like it says boarding or something. But yeah, Launchpad Pleasure Beach Resort is what it says on this side of the building. I would imagine it's probably just the same on the other side facing the flying machine as well. We've still seen nothing else visible on the ground here, nothing else on the queue line for Launchpad, and we still have everything mainly still in place that was on the ground from last time, still all here as well. So yeah, not a lot of changes happening with Launchpad, just more little bits of TLC knocking around, and some obviously vinyls, new vinyls going up on the queue line building as well. So yeah, majority of work might be happening obviously behind the scenes, like in the pressure room just there and in the operations panel, but from out here on the ride area, not an awful lot has changed since last week. So we're going to now walk around the rest of the park, showing some of the queue lines today. As I said at the start, they are absolutely swamped today, and show you some of the current estimated waiting times that the park has put on the app for the attractions. So yeah, that's your launchpad update today from late night riding on the 19th of April 2025. So Infusion, the Vekoma SLC here, it is running a 2-train service, which is good to see. There's a big one flying over. But yeah, Infusion's queue just starts at the bottom of the staircase there, and judging by the app, it is saying it is a 75 minute queue here for a very uncomfortable Vekoma SLC. Whether that's overestimated the queue time, but yeah, 75 minutes here for a Vekoma SLC. There's a big one going past. Might as well have a look at big one whilst we're actually seeing it go past. Where is the big one? There it is. Big one is on 2 trains. It's estimated at 80 minutes, the queue time there. So yeah, 80 minutes for the big one on 2 trains, which to be fair, that can shift the queue when it wants to, the big one, with it being a high capacity ride. And Infusion here, 75 minutes for this attraction. But I was going to have a look over to Big Dipper next to me, because that's only running 1 train and the queue is spilling right out of the entrance. Right, so the Big Dipper is running 1 train, which is a sad sight to see, because when this is on 2, it can shift a queue with its high capacity on 2 trains. It can hold 24 per train, obviously double that for the 2, but it hasn't been on 2 trains since about summer last year, 2024, which is a right shame. So yeah, whatever happened last year, something must have happened last year on Dipper to prevent it from running 2 trains ever since. So yeah, the ride is only running 1 train, and you can see this queue, all the extenders filled and coming up right up to the outside queue up here, and the queue is estimated on a 60 minutes, so 1 hour for Big Dipper here today on a 1 train service. It's not very good, this, at all. I mean, I love the park, I love the atmosphere, I love everything about it, I love the rides, but when you got stuff running on 1 train on an Easter bank holiday weekend, it's not good at all. So yeah, whatever happened last year on Dipper to stop it preventing 2 train operations, it needs to be resolved quickly, because it can't keep being on 1 train with a queue like this at all. Because yeah, the whole queue is full. It's estimated on 60 minutes. Not to mention you've got a fast pass queue, which is up by the exit. You might see it at the back over there on the blue wall. Not to mention you've got a fast pass queue coming in, which is going to make this main queue even slower with it being on the 1 train. Now later on I will be showing the Avalanche queue in person, because that is also on 1 train, and that's not got the best of capacities anyway, has it? So yeah, let's have a look at the app to see what Avalanche says. 75 minutes for Avalanche, and yeah, that's on 1 train, and normally that's like a 7-seater capacity ride if everyone goes separately. So yeah, I will show Avalanche later on, because that queue is even worse than Big Dipper's. 75 minutes here for Icon then. It is on 2 trains, thankfully, no Enzo train, which is good to see, but the main line is spilling right out over the entrance up there, and even the fast pass queue down here is probably about 15-20 minutes itself anyway. So yeah, 75 minutes it's saying on the app for the Icon queue. It is saying 7 minutes for Speedy Pass, but I'm not actually entirely sure that that is a 7-minute queue. Probably, as I say, about 20 minutes. But yeah, one busy ass queue here for Icon today. But as I say, thankfully it is running 2 trains, the 2 full trains, and no Enzo. But yeah, one heck of a busy day here on Easter bank holiday. It is good to see the park finally busy for once, after all the recent uploads I've done with it being very quiet and like a ghost town in some places. But yeah, Easter bank holiday today, the park is rammed. So the back of Icon's main queue starts just by the shop here. and it is advertised on an 80-minute queue. The fast pass queue, we just went through it then, did take about 20 minutes, so a lot shorter than the 80-minute standby line that you can see just here, starting by the shop. It literally starts there by the chap with the red coat on, the ambassador. But yeah, 80 minutes is the current estimated queue time for Icon. So as mentioned earlier, the big one is on an 80-minute queue, with the fast pass being 8 minutes long in length. And yeah, the main queue starts all the way down there by the old Pepsi Max cans. So yeah, it might be a little bit less than 80 minutes this. I would imagine maybe about an hour or so for the big one. So it's been slightly overestimated with it being on 2 trains. I mean, 80 minutes normally is here in the ropes, but yeah, 2 train service today on the big one. Full capacity, 60 people per ride. So yeah, I'm pretty sure it won't be 80 minutes in length for the big one today. "85 minutes is your current waiting time for Avalanche on a miserable 1 train service. 1 train service for the Avalanche here. I mean, this ride has got 2 trains. The second one is in the maintenance barn just inside that building there, but it has no restraints in currently, so they are having to just use the 1 train, which is a right old shame for this attraction. As I say, it does only hold roughly about 7 people, 14 if everyone goes together, but how often are people going together on this attraction? So yeah, 7 people max. The queue is right out here in the ropes. I mean, earlier on it was coming right out of the entrance board there, but yeah, 1 train for the Avalanche is not worth waiting for. It's not right. This attraction should be on 2 trains all the time. But yeah, the second train is in there, it just has not got its restraints in place currently. So yeah, 1 train Avalanche. I think I'll be giving this a miss today. I mean, it does have fast pass, but even still, 1 train, it's not worth waiting for. Right, so it's come towards the end of this Pleasure Beach update here from the late night riding event, the first one of the year. Obviously I've showed you the latest changes with Launchpad, how they got more vinyls put up on the queue line building, and I have done some smaller TLC around the ride tower as well. I've showed you some of the massive queue times with the long queues on some of the attractions today, and saying how it's a shame how some of them, like Big Dipper and Avalanche, are running 1 train on such a busy day like an Easter bank holiday weekend. But hopefully that changes come for the summer anyway, because Big Dipper and Avalanche cannot continue to run on one train on such busy days because they've got no capacity whatsoever. And I've also shown you some shots of some of the rides in the dark as well. So yeah, not a big update today. It was mainly to show the latest change with both Launchpad and to see how busy it is on a bank holiday weekend in Easter. So yeah, if you've enjoyed this update today, be sure to hit the subscribe button, tick the bell so you don't miss any other Pleasure Beach updates, and I'll be back again with some more in the future.